As I mentioned in an earlier video, I live in a famous city. It used to be an industrial and economic powerhouse, but now its most notable feature is its abnormally high crime rate. Organized violent crime in particular has escalated to such a level that both the city and state governments gave up solving the problem and had to call in the FBI for help. And while murder is the primary felony that our city is known for, less severe crimes occur all of the time. Here's just two examples. Although I live within walking distance of my school, I still wake up late enough that I have to run to school nearly every day. One day I woke up so late that my dad, out of pity at seeing me trying to eat breakfast and put on my shirt at the same time, offered to drive me there. I happily took him up on his offer and sat in traffic for so long that I ended up being late anyway. As I got out of the car and was readying myself for another conversation with the deans about tardiness, I saw my similarly late friend staring at me. After checking that I didn't have a sock poking out of my shirt, I realized that he wasn't staring at me, but rather the car. I turned around to see my dad peeling out from the curb and finally realized why his eyes were so wide. Our car isn't anything exceptional. It's a fuel-efficient Japanese SUV from the early 2010s that's as boring as it is economical. Because I'm a bit of a speed demon, I've always wished that we had something smaller and sportier. In the ultimate twist of be careful what you wish for, some good Samaritan had apparently heard my pleas and, presumably neglecting the resources to buy me an actual race car, decided that he would turn our family SUV into one by giving it a performance upgrade. This entirely free upgrade, which took the form of a DIY weight reduction, noticeably improved handling and acceleration. The guy had done an excellent job with his weight reduction too. All of the wiring and tubing was left intact with not so much as a scratch on the paint to indicate that anything had ever happened. You wouldn't even notice that anything was different unless you looked really closely and realized that someone had stolen our entire front bumper. So this isn't actually one of my stories in particular, but I think it's funny, so I'm going to tell it anyway. A while ago, police found a very suspicious white van parked next to some very important buildings. Upon further examination, they found out that the van contained more than 100 gallons of diesel fuel. All of the buildings in a 3-block radius were promptly evacuated, roadblocks set up, and all variety of police units called in. Uniform, plainclothes, SWAT, bomb disposal, you name it, and they were probably there swarming the building, trying to figure out what exactly was planned with this van. In the end, however, the van's purpose was far more innocent than anyone thought. It turns out that the van belonged not to a radical terrorist hell-bent on blowing up the financial district, but rather a petty criminal who drove around parking garages and siphoned gas from people's cars when they went to work. Only in our city. You know the drill. I need money, so like and sub, please.